4. Here we go. 5, 4.
I've never been injured though, so it's kind of nice.
Okay, 5, 4. Okay, we finished before the exam with the cosine of a plus b and the cosine of a minus b identity. Remember how that expanded out to those cosine, plus and minus sine? Okay, now we're going to, you're familiar with that, I'm sure this will come back. We're going to do the sine and tangent of a plus b and a minus b. So it's just following little plug and chug formulas. So the sine of a plus b is not just the sine of a plus the sine of b. Like you'd want to distribute, remember we did that before and it didn't work? It doesn't work here either. It expands into something a little bit more complicated than that. It's the sine of a multiplied by the cosine of b. This time, because we're adding here, this one does match. Remember the last one, it was an opposite thing? And then the cosine of a times the sine of b. So then the sine of a minus b. What do you think is going to be the difference? The sine. Very good. Very good. Subtract. So it's not like you have to do two problems completely. You just got to change the sign in the middle on your last answer and you got it. Tangent. Tangent is, it's a little bit uglier. It's the tan of A.
Wait, these match now, like the plus,
Mm-hmm.
the plus?
Yep. This one's the tan of A plus the tan of B. So it looks like distributive property happened. It'd be nice if that was it, but there's more to it. You have to divide by 1 plus the tan of A multiplied by the tan of B. I didn't figure this out. Who figured this out? I have no idea. It's all been proved. It all works. No idea. Oh, geez, and I wrote it wrong. Sorry.
Oh.
Okay, I wrote a little mistake right here, huh? Minus right here.
Haha, I didn't even write it yet.
Oh, minus. There's a plus on the top when it's adding, a minus on the bottom. Oh, good thing I looked back.
Good thing I wrote in pencil.
And then the tan of A minus B. So the numerator is like distributive property, tan of A minus tan of B, all divided by 1 plus the tan of A times the tan of B. We're going to do 5 and 6 together. The 3 sections we've got here and the 2 in the next one, we make one.
Alright, you're going to have to show me.
Yep, I'll wait now. So that's all, okay. And now we just have examples.
It seems like plug and chug.
It is, it all is. 5 examples coming your way. 1, 2, 3, 4,
I was just going to say that.
5. If we need all 5. I might just do 4. Okay, are you ready?
So what are we gonna do when we have 4 kids in here for like?
Keep going. I've had the class with 2.
How are you going to even learn?
That's just so awkward.
2 was really awkward. 4 isn't so bad. 2 was totally awkward. Okay, here we are. Find exact value.
What's up? Shut up. Shut up.
Okay. Oh dear.
Is it the watermelon thing?
Okay. The sine of 15 degrees. Exact value, you know you're going to have to use that circle sheet, so pull that out.
Yeah, that was in my car. Yeah, I don't have that. It's
Well,
in my
you'll have to
locker.
follow along.
Can't hold it like.
My case, you can say that one more time.
I haven't said that in a while.
I know you haven't, but I say it all the time, so.
Is it watermelon?
It's not Thursday.
No, it's still taking it.
Oh. Yeah, don't be breaking the rules like that. Okay, I know that. Okay, sine of 15 degrees. 15 degrees is not on that circle sheet. So what we want to do is use one of these identities to either add, probably subtract, so that I get 15 degrees. So what two numbers can you subtract on your sheet and still equal 15 degrees?
I don't know.
So do you agree that 45 minus 30 is still 15 degrees? Yes. So now I've got it. Are those the only two numbers that I subtract and get 15? No, but those work for us. So see this as the sine of A minus the sine of, or sine of A minus B. And now let's expand it with the identity. What does the sine of A minus B identity expand into?
Sine A times
Right.
cosine B.
So it's the sine of 45 multiplied by the cosine of 30.
Did you have to subtract it to get 15?
Yep. Well, if you add, you get 75.
No, like, does it have to be 45 and 30?
No, could be any two numbers on there that would subtract and get 15. You could have done 16 minus 45.
Oh, okay.
There's lots of,
Sheets, okay.
yep. Oh yeah, it has to be, yeah, two values on the circle sheet. So we can look up these four things.
If it has, it could be like 10.
Okay, what's the next part of it?
Most likely, yes.
Cosine of 45 and sine of 30. These four values now are on your circle sheet. So tell me, what is the sine of 45? Square root of 2 over 2. Cosine of 30?
Square root of 3 over 2.
Square root of 3 over 2. Minus cosine of 45? Square root of 2 over 2. And sine of 30? 1/2. Okay, so now we just multiply before we do the subtracting. Here we're going to get square root of 6 over 4 minus square root of 2 over 4. And if you remember, you cannot subtract underneath square roots. That's not legal, so they stay separate. So square root of 6 minus square root of 2 all over the common denominator 4. If it was a tangent one, you just follow the tangent identity.
Can I circle that?
Yep, that's it.
Must put a box around it. No circles for you.
I always do boxes.
That was so cute. I literally almost heard time. Here. Bugs for you.
Simplify. The tangent
Leah,
of pi
just like your.
minus theta. So we're going to simplify it as much as we can. So we're going to expand it with the identity and then simplify it. So you have to pick the right identity, expand it, and then we'll go to the green sheet and substitute in for the parts we know. So think of this as the tangent of A minus B. If you look at the top of your notes, what does the identity say?
Tan A minus tan B is
So it's-
1 plus tan A times tan B.
So tan of pi minus tan of theta. So just substituting in pi for the A and theta for the B, all divided by 1 plus tan pi times tan theta. Okay, you can look up the tangent of pi on your sheet. What is the tangent of pi?
Pi.
Try again.
0.
0. Tangent of pi is 0. Everybody find it on their circle sheet?
I don't know where I found it.
Pi is over at 180. The tangent should be handwritten there.
Theta.
0. So the tangent of pi is 0 minus tan theta over 1 plus 0 times tan theta. So 0 minus tan theta is a
Negative tan.
negative tan theta. Bottom, you have to multiply first. What's 0 times tangent? 0. 1 plus 0,
1.
1. If you divide by 1,
You get a tangent.
the negative tan theta. As simplified as you can get it. And now I think I'm going to go right to this one. Triangle problems.
Don't get him excited now. I need to concentrate.
Find sine of s plus t, sine of s minus t, tangent of s plus t, and tangent of s minus t.
Why do you have to do T?
Because the book uses t. So I'm just going to go with it. You can change it to anything you like.
No, because then it makes it confusing.
And then this is what I know. I know
Wait.
Oh.
the sine
Hold on.
of s is 2/3.
I started writing wrong and now I'm all the way. I haven't even started technically.
I'll wait for you. And s is in quadrant 2. And the sine of t is negative 1/3. And t is in quadrant 4.
You are actually
Okay.
100% ruining my life right now.
And I'm not ruining lives. I'm not a life ruiner. I'm a life improver.
I'm a life improver.
Yes.
I'm getting powder.
It does.
all over me.
Well,
It's my happy place.
it's due today.
What I do is valuable.
How many of these are we doing?
This one.
Oh, that's it?
Yep.
All right.
It's all going to be the same process after this.
Carry on.
No.
Not yet.
Oh,
carry on.
T.
That's it.
I was ready.
I don't think it's
Better.
There are so many other people in this class that you need to think of, Ken.
Stop being selfish.
Yeah.
After all I've done for you, Finley.
Okay, Lexi's not ready. We can't. So she's my best friend,
Okay.
right?
And I witnessed the-
Return the favor, Lexi.
What did you say?
So you're my best friend.
What, did you wait till I was all done writing, Lexi?
Well, I started writing it wrong and then I needed to chill for 2 seconds because
I'm chilling now. Oh, gosh,
Well, I'm
you're slow.
fine. I'm chilling.
She's slowing us down bad.
I was wrong.
Okay, all right. If you take a look at these identities, I need to know the sine, the cosine, and the tangent for both angles. I need all these ratios. So what we're going to do, what are we going to do to get all those ratios?
Make a triangle.
Sketch triangles.
Cry.
I would like to see 2 separate triangles and label them. Angle S is in quadrant 2. So give yourself a triangle, give yourself an angle in quadrant 2, and label this as your S triangle so you know. What do I know about this triangle in quadrant 2? Sine, so the opposite over the hypotenuse is 2/3. So if I'm standing at the origin, opposite is 2, hypotenuse is 3, and what everybody's forgetting, I know the last time we had a quiz on this, the negative. You see this is negative, put it down right now. Get in the habit of that maybe, because a lot of people lost a point because they forgot the negative. Because when you do Pythagorean theorem, you don't get a negative, you never will. Pythagorean theorem solves right triangles. Triangles all have positive sides, but this direction is negative. So, we'll solve for x there. So it's 2 squared plus x squared equals 3 squared. So that's going to be a 4. X squared equals 5. So we're going to have negative square root of 5. So far, so good? Okay, now we want a separate triangle for angle T. And they tell me that T is in quadrant 4. So give yourself a quadrant 4.
Flying today.
I don't think so.
I'm doing pretty good.
Holy shit, talking.
Label it as T. Maybe I'll put that a little low. That's good enough. This is triangle T over here.
If I'm not going to keep up, then she's no.
I know, but I'm trying to text my mom.
So, what do I know about triangle T?
We know the y and then the hypotenuse.
Yes, the opposite is a negative 1. The hypotenuse is a 3, and the x side is going to be positive. So now we just do a little Pythagorean theorem to find that. So x squared plus negative 1 squared equals 3 squared.
Oh, I know. To get it nailed right.
Okay, many of you forgot to simplify square root of 8. Because 8 is 4 times 2. What is its simplest radical form?
2 square root of 2.
2 square root of 2.
Did you see mine?
I was at the-
Oh, yeah.
All right, so now we're ready for our identities.
Wait, number 9.
There's really only 2 problems we have to do, because the other 2 we just changed the sign. So even though we want 4 answers, we only have to work out 2 of them, really.
Wait, why did you do 4 times 2?
Because that's what 8 is.
Yeah, but why?
So I can put it in simplest radical form, 2 square root of 2.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's do sine
Alright, I feel.
of s plus t first. I like to write the identity out with the letters, then I'll go to the triangles and get the ratios. So in terms of letters, it's going to be sine of s times cosine of t plus cosine of s times sine of t. If you need to look back, you can, but it's those 4 values that we need, and we're going to get them from the triangles.
Which triangle?
Both of them. So I need the sine from s. So go to your s triangle. Actually, sine of s was given. What is the sine of s? 2/3. It was given. I need the cosine from angle T. So that tells you to go over your triangle T. What's the cosine ratio there?
2 square root of 2 over 3.
Yep, adjacent over hypotenuse. So 2 square root of 2 over 3. Plus, now I want the cosine ratio from the S angle. So I go over to the other one. Cosine is negative square root of 5 over 3.
Times the sine of t.
Which is negative 1/3. That was given. And so now it's multiply and then add. So multiplying, what's this first numerator going to be?
4 square.
4 square root of 2 over 9 plus
Plus positive square root of 5.
over 9,
Yeah.
which turns into 4 square root of 2 plus square root of 5 all over 9.
Hey, that's not that bad.
So then how hard is it to get the sine of s minus t?
Just do subtract from
Yep, all we're going to do is change the sign in the middle. Minus, 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 minus. Carry it right down if you want. Minus, 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 minus. So it'll be 4 square root of 2 minus square root of 5 over 9. Done. And now the tangent.
Okay.
Wait, what? You just get the end result and subtract instead of that?
Yep, that's the only difference between the identities is the sign in the middle here is a minus, a minus, a minus, makes that a minus.
Sweet.
Like I said, even though it wanted 4 answers, we really only have to do 2 problems. The second one of each one's just a quick write down the answer. Okay, tangent of s plus t. Write the identity out first. So the tangent, if I look back at the beginning of the notes, I'm going to need the tangent from s.
Bless you.
I'm going to add the tangent from t. Then I'll divide by 1 minus those 2 multiplied together. Oh, times, not plus. Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. I need the tangent ratio from angle S. So look at your S triangle. What's the tangent ratio going to be?
2/3.
Nope, that's sine.
Negative 2 square root of 5.
Yeah, it'll be negative 2 over square root of 5. I'm just going to leave it like that for now. I'm not going to worry about hitting with a 1 right now. You okay with that? Go to triangle S, opposite over adjacent.
Oh, we're,
Now go over to T and get me the tangent.
oh, okay, I wasn't looking at that, but.
Tangent from T is negative 1,
Over 2 square root of
2 square root of 2. Then that's all over 1 minus those two things multiplied. Okay, tangents are the ugly ones. I need to add these two together in the top. I need a common denominator.
Oh, denominator would be 2 times square root of 2 times square root of 5.
Very good. You just multiply them together. 2 times the square root of 2 times the square root of 5. That's actually 2 square root of 10. So, what we're going to do is hit it with a 1. I'm going to grab another color.
I thought you can't multiply the square roots. Or, oh, you can't add them.
Can't add them. So this one needs to get hit with square root of 5 over square root of 5. The first one needs to get hit with what?
Square, 2 times square root.
2 times square root of 2. And we're multiplying. So just take your time. What's this first numerator going to turn into? A negative
Negative 4 times
square root of 2 all over, it'd be 2 square root of 10. Then we'll have plus. Over here I'm going to have a negative square root of 5 over 2 square root of 10. See, I would not have wanted to cancel right here because then I wouldn't have a common denominator anymore. So don't cancel. Then that's all going to be over in the bottom here I've got a 1 minus, I'm going to multiply first. What am I going to have?
So 2 square root of 10?
2 over 2 square root of 10. So I'd like to get a common denominator down here. What can I turn this 1 into?
2 times square root of 10.
Yep, 2 square root of 10 over 2 square root of 10. And we're just about there. I'm going to go horizontally here. Let's make a single fraction out of the top. My common denominator is 2 square root of 10. I'll have negative 4 square root of 2 minus square root of 5. In the bottom, two square root of 10 minus 2 all over 2 square root of 10. Okay, if you can see this, it'll save us a step. If I was to flip this over and multiply by the reciprocal, what's going to happen?
Those going to cancel out?
What's going to cancel out?
They're 2.
Let's just cancel. Let's see it, have some vision, and then we have our answer. Negative 4 square root of 2 minus square root of 5 over 2 square root of 10 minus 2. Technically, you're not supposed to leave square roots in the bottom, but we are, because that was a whole lot of work just to get this far.
So we're done.
Except for
Woo! Oh.
We have to.
tangent.
You just switch it. Just switch
Yes. What switches?
The bottom, which will turn.
Both signs switch.
Oh, they're both positive.
The top switches and the bottom switches, so they'll both go to positive.
I'm really good at that game.
No, are you not?
Hmm?
Okay. So just take your time.
Come on.
Okay, for
Way
your,
too much work.
that's a lot. The tangents are a lot of work.
Oh, that's it?
That's it.
Move that up a little bit.
Yep.
You changed just the top one?
I changed the bottom one also, because the identity there, take a look at the identity. It was a plus in the top, went to a minus went to a plus. So they both changed. Homework. Monday. Trig. Page 215. 9, 12, 17,
That's it.
44, 46.
Change dress.
Yeah. When you have 20 minutes.